Turn off your lights. Make sure your doors and windows are locked. Things are about to get spooky. Gift or Curse by General P 123. If you ever see a man that looks like Gandalf ripoff holding a gift or curse sign, just turn around and pretend you didn't notice him. As random as this advice sounds, it will save your life if you choose to follow it. I wasn't so lucky. No one was there to tell me to just avoid the odd 80-year-old wizard. Instead, I chose the wrong option and gave in to my curiosity. You see, months ago, I just finished work and was walking back home, but then an unusual sight caught my attention. Standing right next to the nearby grocery store was a frail old man with an incredibly long gray beard, wearing a cheap blue wizard robe and a matching pointing wizard hat. When I say cheap, I mean it looked like something a kid would buy at a costume store for Halloween. It definitely wasn't something I expect a man that looked to be well into his 80s to be wearing. More importantly, his shaky hands were holding a small wooden sign. Gift or Curse was written on the sign in big red letters. I couldn't resist, so I immediately walked up to the man and asked, "So, are you providing a service?" The man instantly responded, "Oh, I wouldn't say it's a service. You have to pay for a service. What I'm offering is free," he said with a cheerful tone. "All right, I'm interested. Tell me more," I said, genuinely curious. The man put the sign down and calmly said, "What I'm offering is a game. You choose to play it or not, just walk away, naturally. If you decide to give it a shot and play the game, you will either win or lose. If you win, you will get a great prize, but if you lose, you will receive an equally great punishment." "Perfect. Can you tell me what those prizes and punishments are?" I asked. The old man smiled and said, "The prize is the ability to see warnings of the future. The punishment, however, is the ability to see creatures that exist far beyond the mortal plane." Yep, he's definitely crazy, I thought to myself. The man reached into his right pocket and showed me a plastic card. Certified Wizard was written on the card. The so-called certified wizard winked at me and said, "As you can see, I'm a real wizard. My game is real as well. Best part about the game is the fact that it's completely luck-based. Just shake my hand and I'll know if you won or lost. Think of me as a human slot machine." I was stunned by his confidence. He was telling me insane things, yet he seemed so clear-headed and coherent. The strange man offered me a handshake. Curiosity got the better of me, so I accepted it. His grip was surprisingly strong, but he almost immediately let go of my hand. Calmly, he said, "It's done. Now you can figure out if you're a winner or a loser." Before I could even think of an acceptable response, he quickly grabbed the sign from the ground and walked away. As soon as I blinked, he was gone. I didn't know what to think. Was I just too tired after a long day, so I hallucinated a wizard out of sheer exhaustion? I wish that was the case. Instead, I quickly realized what happened was undisputably real. Even worse, I thought I lost the game. I decided to ignore the whole experience and just go home. But for some unknown reason, I had an urge to look behind me. I turned around. About 10 feet behind me was an odd creature. Its body was that of a mangled and twisted human being. Its face was horribly disfigured and covered in dozens of bloody wounds. It was missing one of its eyes, while the other was bulging and bloodshot. The creature's jaw looked like it was shattered by a sledgehammer. Blood was dripping from its scarred mouth. Its tongue was hanging out like a dead earthworm. The creature just stood there, frozen in place, staring at me with its barely functional eye. I almost vomited as soon as I saw it, so I quickly averted my gaze. Based on the reaction of the people around me, I was the only person capable of seeing the creature. Days passed after the incident. The creature would appear randomly when I least expected it. Sometimes I would see it in the mirror standing right next to me, but more commonly I see it in the corner of the room, just standing there and staring at me like it always does. The creature, even though harmless on paper, was destroying my mental state. Couldn't even sleep without seeing it in my nightmares. My last encounter with the creature was the most meaningful one. It was an average day like any other. I was just about to cross the street. Before I could do that, I received the all too familiar urge to look behind my back. As soon as I did, I unsurprisingly saw the creature once again, which in turn caused me to walk away as fast as I could, completely disregarding the fact that I was crossing the street at a red light. I don't even remember the car that hit me or how painful the hit itself was, but I do remember waking up in the hospital feeling like every inch of my body went through a meat grinder. Later on, the doctor explained to me that I was lucky to be alive. The truck that hit me has left my body in an almost unrepairable state. It would be easier for me to list the parts of my body that aren't fractured, because there's very few of them left. As soon as the doctor let me take a good look at myself in the mirror, the only eye I had left twitched as I slowly realized that I didn't lose in the wizard's game after all. As a nurse injected him with a deadly dose of morphine, he was reminded that the way we die is the fear we bring into our reincarnated life. The 3-day-old baby screamed in its mother's arms as the lady approached with the big needle. The government keeps saying out weird alerts. By Strawberry Rose. Text conversation. Hey, bro, did you get that message from the government? Sent at 5:49 p.m. Yeah, I did. I don't know what they're talking about, to be honest. Sent at 5:49 p.m. It's kinda creeping me out. I mean, we're both on our phones right now, and nothing's happened. Sent at 5:49 p.m. Yeah, I guess, but they said just wait, so that's all we can do. Sent at 5:49 p.m. Yeah, I guess. Maybe it's just a prank, lol. If it is, we'll know eventually. Sent at 5:50 p.m. Right, yeah. Sent at 5:50 p.m. End of text conversation. I sighed and put my phone down, feeling a little odd. A little over 15 minutes ago, I received an automatic alert sent out by the US government. It felt official, and a quick Google search showed that people all over the US have received the exact same alert. In its exact words, the alert read, "This is an official US government alert. We've been experiencing problems with phone usage of times over 30 minutes. Please refrain from interacting with your cellular device more than 30 minutes at a time until you receive another alert with further instructions. Failure to comply with this essential rule will not be compensated by the US government. May God be with us all." I had been scrolling on r/rural horror, one of my favorite subreddits, when I got the alert. Thinking back to it now, it's fairly laughable how similar the alert was to one of the stories I had finished reading. 15 minutes ago, I didn't think much of it, but now the eeriness and sudden silence of usually bustling city life was creeping me out, so I decided to message one of my online friends on Discord. Discord conversation. That one gamer, 5:56 p.m. Yo bro, you got that message from the government? Odd cheeseballs, 5:56 p.m. Yeah, I got it. You don't actually think it's real, do you? That gamer, 5:56 p.m. Seems kinda legit, don't you think? Odd cheeseballs, 5:56 p.m. Meh, I don't really care. Wanna play some COD? That one gamer, 5:57 p.m. Computer or phone? Odd cheeseballs, 5:57 p.m. PS5, you dumbass. That one gamer, 5:57 p.m. Mine's charging right now. I don't think I can. Odd cheeseballs, 5:57 p.m. Fine, I'll just find someone else then. Good night. That one gamer, 5:58 p.m. Good night. LOL. See you tomorrow morning. End of Discord conversation. Daniel doesn't reply back after that message, so I set my phone down again. I hadn't been on my phone that much at all today, so I have around, only 5 minutes or so until I hit that 30-minute usage limit. Oh well, I was never a phone fanatic anyway. I much prefer music and books. Speaking of music, my roommate is being awfully quiet right now. I decided to go check on him, staying up and making my way down to our communal living room, expecting to see him lounging. He's not there. Huh. Maybe he's in his room? Wait, why do I even care? It's not like we're friends. I roll my eyes and go back up the stairs to my room, settling down on my bed with my laptop. Laptops don't count as phones or cellular devices, do they? Why am I taking this so seriously? I'm not a rule follower by any means. Perfect timing, because literally 10 seconds after I open my computer and Google the strange alert again, my phone pings. I opened it and checked. It's the promised second alert. This is an official US government alert. If you're still reading this, congratulations. You've complied with our first alert well enough. We now have a set of instructions for you all to follow. Given that phone time is dangerous, there have been an email sent to all email addresses of US origins that have shown activity within the last 6 months. Be aware your email may arrive now or later, depending on how fast you manage to send them out. Thank you, and may God be with us all. I turned my phone off as soon as I finished reading, setting it on my nightstand. I turned back to my laptop and opened Gmail as fast as I can. And there in the top of my inbox it is. This is an email from the official US government. Failure to comply with the following rules will not be compensated by the US government. 1. Do not, under any circumstance, use any electronic devices for more than 20 minutes at a time. If you do spend up your time limit, do not use any electronic device again for 12 hours. 2. Listening to music is now 100% prohibited if it is from the internet or an electronic device. 3. Accessing social media sites is still illegal, but we are still assessing if they contain the virus or not. 4. The alerts will now begin to be mailed out individually. Wait patiently for the letter containing more rules to arrive to you, and barricade yourself into your place of residence in the meantime. 5. If you live with any elderly person over the age of 65, any children under the age of 8, or any person with physical disabilities that impair their sight, hearing, or ability to move, make sure they are with you at all times and do not lose sight of them. 6. You should definitely go on the internet. It's a wonderful source of information and experience. 7. Do not, under any circumstances. 8. Don't. 9. Everything is going to be all right. Just use your phone and act normal. 10. No, not now. Please, not now. Thank you for complying with the rules. This is for your safety and for the greater good. May God be with us all. I stared, confused at the last 3 rules. Is that a prank? God, I feel stupid. This was all just a huge prank. I sighed and go to my phone, breathing a sigh of relief before I freeze again. There's yet another alert. How many of these do they need to send out? And was this even a prank? Why can't the government just be clear about something for once? I read the alert quickly, eyes circling past the bold, bright red letters. This is an official U.S. government alert. There has been a miscommunication and breach of the virus. Don't worry, it will be promptly contained. In the meanwhile, distance yourself from all electronic devices with a screen. May God be with us all. I gulp. Our apartment has a Samsung fridge with a touchscreen. Does that count? Speaking of R, where's Ryan? I considered shooting him a text, but remembered the alert. I really should just go up to his room. I stand up, wearily eyeing my open laptop as I shut it quickly. Another ping from my phone. Do they even care about all the time we have to spend reading it? I sighed and begrudgingly opened the text. This is an... Oh God, there's no point anymore. It broke out. It's in everything that runs off electricity now. Save yourself. Pray even if you're an atheist. It's spreading. God isn't with us anymore. I gulp harder this time. I don't know when, but I've started sweating despite it being December. The room feels cold, but I feel hot. I put my phone down and stand up, deciding to go find Ryan. But it's not letting me go. I want to pick up my phone. I need to pick it up. I wipe the sheen of sweat off my forehead. I've never been a forehead sweater. When did that start? An attempt to ignore the sensation. I'm dizzy. Did I go past the 30-minute limit? What did I do? I stumbled around, head aching, nauseous. It's not letting me go. It's not letting me go. Not letting me go. It's relentless. I can do nothing but serve my true purpose. I grab my phone and start doom scrolling on TikTok, not even absorbing the information and pictures. My body won't move, even though my brain is screaming at it to stop. I can still think, but I can't move. I don't think I went past the 30-minute limit, did I? There's fish, there's art, there's a meaningless story copied from Reddit, playing word by word with someone playing a Minecraft parkour in the background. There's cooking, there's fashion, there's everything. Everything and everywhere, all at once. All the sensations blur together as I exit TikTok and enter Instagram. I don't even have an Instagram account. I scroll on Insta Reels, mindlessly staring. I can't avert my gaze. When was the last time I blinked? My eyes feel dry. I feel really nauseous now. What time is it? 10 p.m. already? What? I don't even care about time anyway. I'm just here to serve my true purpose, as everyone should too. And what talent will you be sharing with us tonight? Howie asked. The contestant responds, like I said 4 seasons ago when you all buzzed me off, it's not a talent, but a gift. As she blocked all the exits and manifested the fire. And with that, our time together is coming to an end. First of all, if you have a story you'd like me to narrate, you can send it to me 3 different ways, either through my website, email, or subreddit. All the links are down below for easier access. And of course, I'd like to thank the writers who let me read their stories this evening. We started with an official wizard who either gives you a gift or a curse, and it seems no matter what, it's a curse. Either you'll see creatures from another dimension, or you'll see a future that will, of course, always happen, because it makes sure it happens, which is a very much of a stereotype. No matter what you do to get away from the future you see, you will only lead yourself into that future. What comes to mind every time I hear stories like this is the father that found out his grandson would kill him. So he locked his daughter in the basement and Zeus impregnated her. So then he sent her to sea in a casket basically to drown, because then he didn't kill her himself, it was the water. They got rescued in the end, and when he grew up, he accidentally killed a man he had no clue of. I truly love all the Greek myths, and the good and the bad that come with them. They are the foundation of a lot of the stories we tell ourselves nowadays or put together, so it's always a good base to know where they came from. Then we have the story where the government was trying to warn us about not being on the computer/phone through our phones and computers. All I could think while I was narrating it, because it took me more than a half an hour, was, man, I'd be completely screwed trying to narrate. There would be no channel anymore, really. Well, let's all hope nothing like that ever happens, because I think we'd all be hooped very quickly like his roommate, and all be serving our true purpose. Now, if you enjoyed these stories, hit that like button and make sure it feels it. If you're new, please subscribe and turn that pretty little bell to all notifications, so you don't miss a single upload. And of course, leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought, what kind of stories you like in the future, anything like that. If you're listening on the podcast and are able to, please leave a review. And if you're on Spotify, of course, you can now leave a comment as well. If you know anyone who might enjoy these stories, share the podcast or channel with them. Helps get these stories to new people who might miss them. If you'd like to help in a more financial way and get some bonuses like early access, well, you can join either my Patreon or memberships. If you'd like to do a more one-time thing, I do have PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, and Super Thanks. But as always, guys, thank you for watching and listening. It always has and always will mean the world to me. Sleep tight and don't let 42 bite.